Alright, so we're going to put some fillets on our car. The one thing you need to know is what ball nose cutter is going to be used. We're going to use a 6mm ball nose cutter to actually cut the car out. This means that any inside radius can only be a minimum of 3. If you make it smaller, you're going to end up with a radius of 3 anyhow, because that is the type of cutter that we have. Let's start with the wheel wells and the axle pads. We want to choose the edges, control pick, and you want to include as many of the edges as you can within the same fillet command, so you don't end up with too many items on your navigation tree. So we've got 6 elements selected. Go to the edge fillet command and type in 3, and OK. That's a good place to start. Then the transition between the cockpit and the rest of the car, we want to control pick those edges and make a radius of, we'll do 5. You don't want to end up making too extreme of radius or you'll run into a lot of errors. On this back one, we want that to be, we'll make that 8, just to give it a little more. And on this edge, let's go ahead and make that 8 as well. There we go, looking pretty good. The very front, we can't have sharp, so we'll make that 2. And what's left are this face, and we'll just make that 1. We'll make this face, so I'm picking the face this time, not the edges. We'll make that 2. We'll make this face 2. And we'll make this bottom edge 2 as well. We'll come to the underneath and pick this edge. And remember that that height is 6, so we're going to make that 6. And I think that's pretty good for our filleting. Now it just takes a moment to mirror this, so we'll go find our mirror tool, choose the plane that we're going to mirror over, and say OK. Now the reason that we filleted before we mirrored is because all the filleting gets mirrored as well. If we didn't do that, we would have to fillet this side and then go and fillet this side. So that makes good sense to you. And the next thing that I want to do, because I'm always going into different views, I want to create a view that's called mine. So I've already done that. We apply it, and now I'm always back at that view. And that's it for this tutorial, and you're basically done your car.